pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Steve,
Here.
Frank Ford,
Here.
Tom Reese,
Yep.
Robert Green.
Yep.
And Bob Shanklin.
I'll make a motion on the minutes.
Second. I'll second that.
Tom seconded already.
Okay.
Third.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Minutes are approved. No executive session that I'm aware of.
No, not that. None for me.
We'll open it up to the floor for any.
I'm Ronald Bowman from the Sega Bible Conference, and I'm here to talk about the water bill. And I know it's a little late because you talked about them in September, and I should have been here in October. My board had a meeting in October, and they said, go forth and see what we can do. We did receive a few answers from Rebecca, and I'm going to give each of you a packet. You can talk about it. I don't have to be talked about, but it's in reference most of the material that she copied for us. Wait a second. No. Okay. First of all, I would like to just simply say, look at the bottom of the page, basically go into page 3, and this is the response that Rebecca wrote. And Rebecca wrote, I must have hit something to change your estimated billing on this account, which caused the system not to ask for the updated meter. The new system won't allow this. We do fully understand that. Why I'm here is, secondly, is the next thing would be that I'd also like you to look at page 2A, and it's all highlighted, okay? 2A.
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 Is that after 3?
Yep. Just different pages that she copied for us. Okay, that's right there. I would like an explanation for that handwritten number in there also. Okay, the board, my directors asked for that. And then, all right, if you look at the second to last page, last page of your meter, then the yellow highlighted is profit and loss, the second to last page. This is the main thing that I think you better look at, and we don't understand. This is our profit and loss for the last 2 years from Sega Bible Conference. If you take a look for January through December 2021, our pay bill for our utility was $5,700 some dollars. For January through December 2022, it was $5,000 some odd dollars. Yes, we did have a water leak and we paid for that. But the rest of the story is we don't understand how we can get a quarterly bill for $8,000 for 2023. So we have basically in there paperwork for you to look at and examine. I simply am writing you to simply say to the board on September 18th, we reviewed it. You did water bills, I know. I just watched your September board meeting and October board meetings. We're concerned because we've never had an $8,000 bill. And I'll get the rest of the profit and loss sheets if you would like them. But I think you can also go back as a committee, a chairman, supervisor, and I think you can dig back into the records also and notice over the past years, we've never had an $8,000 bill with our water leaks. So we feel that this bill is very unfair for a quarter.
Do you have any leaks now or you got?
No.
You're good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh told me there was a leak and he wanted the billing because he said you guys were going to turn it into your insurance company because of the leak. And so
They wouldn't take it.
no, I know, but I'm saying there was a leak.
There was a leak then?
Well, back then, but what I'm saying is we've never had an $8,000.
No,
No.
I'm just asking about the leak.
Right. That was back. Yes.
When was the leak?
It was, he made it sound like it was this past, like during the winter, like during when the system was estimating.
But the estimating was estimating.
Okay.
Our main concern as a board of directors is why she hit something, but I'm not putting you under the
No,
bills.
no.
Please understand that,
No, it's
okay?
silly system, yes.
And she recorded this on this sheet, and I could not really understand why. And then what I'm saying is, with all of our water leaks, we've always gone, and we've also been taken care of. As we worked with, what's his name on the water?
Randy.
Randy.
Haven't
We've had some major
haven't we
leaks.
had problems with the meter down there prior to this?
Can you turn that up?
Lots
a
of
little
times Randy would go down and the meter wouldn't be hooked up and things like that. I think we had some kind of problems like that.
Well, the meter in the pit in the middle for years always got weedy and broke, ripped the wire all the time. That's why.
It's always ripped. You never came back and repaired it. We've asked Randy and different people to come back and look at it. But the standpoint is here, again, going back, all of our major water leaks we've had. They've always been picked up. We've done them when we had a problem on the meter as we're reading. We watch our meters all the time. If they zoom, we know we're in trouble. Every spring, when we turn the water on, at all different locations, we check the meter. And we simply have a guy stand right there. We've got 4 or 5 pits, we got to turn on water. And then we shut it right off. But with all the water leaks, that last second to last page, what I'm saying is, we've never had a bill over $8,000.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I do a lot of digging,
Yeah.
We do,
not for water.
no. And we paid the bill on time because we felt we had to represent Otis Lake Bible Conference. And then we had the board meeting in October, and the board asked me to come.
Is the water shut off now?
Just about 60% of it, yeah. A lot of our buildings are now winterized. So we got the campground is all shut down. And then we got another pit that we shut off. Yes, Tabernacle, and go into other buildings.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna have to dig into that.
Yeah, I'll get you guys all the records.
Okay.
You know what that handwritten number
Yeah,
is?
it was because it was I think it was the actual reading. Showing what the actual reading was at that point versus where the computer was meant to it in, but I will get all that for you. I have all those records. And I probably have more notes than what I gave Josh.
So you talking about the old meters or the new meters?
Oh, later.
Anybody else?
Where we go?
Okay,
Oh, wait a minute. I think
Almost done.
I'm almost done. I know you are. There's gonna be a community caroling event, in case you haven't heard about it, in Machias. Okay,
I have not heard about it.
you have not, because it's just came out this week.
No, but that's why. Just a test.
And, yeah, it's a fast, exactly. But, the 3 local churches, I noticed Saga are meeting at the local church up here at the old church in town, Jess's, up there, which does flowers and all that. And at approximately 1:30 to 3 p.m., caroling is gonna start at 2:15 p.m. outside, weather permitting, so at least you know what's going on when you see a lot of cars there, if we need police there.
What day is this gonna be?
The
December
second,
2nd, Tom.
Okay.
Yep.
I will post this on our.
You can have a few more if you want.
Well, are you gonna put one out the post office?
Yep.
You want me to do it?
Sure.
I'm there in the morning.
I see you there.
I know. And we're gonna go.
okay. You got the floor, Tim.
Oh, all right, so. Like we discussed there on our equipment replacement for next year, that would be the Hyundai excavator that I proposed. If we order it in December, we won't get it till February, March. So that's that on that. I did check on John Deere. These are on our state bid. So we don't have to go for 3 bids. we don't have to do that anymore with a Sourcewell contract, because that's on Sourcewell. I did look at a John Deere and it was significantly more. I would like to have one, but not for that price. You just can't do it. I can't justify that for the town, you know, just to have a John Deere. We've got the fleet up and ready to go for the storm that they were calling for, which is gonna be fizzled out to just rain tomorrow, I guess, so tomorrow and Wednesday. But we will be ready. We have everything put together, everything's up in shape and ready to go. Yeah, I think, that's about all I have. We got Stan hauled in already. Oh, the speed limits on, McKinstry Road. Will be moved out from, the Bernard Perry's farm is where it's gonna have the sign for speed limit ahead. And right by Laird's, boat shelter, that'll be 35 from there on in. Also on Lakeview Boulevard, I've had a couple more questions about that. What about changing the speed limit to 20? That would have to come to you guys for that.
Nobody's gonna do 20.
Nobody obeys any speed limit signs anywhere. I mean, it just, you know, you can put up all the signs you want, but. You know, they ask us about, putting stripes on the road, you know,
Yeah.
that, you know, so that's a little more expensive. If we do a 20-mile-an-hour speed zone, maybe, I mean, that's, you guys would have to pass that.
Didn't we looked into that at one time, and it was my recollection that we could not do it unless we were in a school zone.
That has since changed through Kathy.
Yeah.
Hochul.
Okay, it has changed?
Yep, she
Okay.
put it in the power of the town to change from there to 20.
Okay,
Which also with another speed limit, I've been questioned, why is the Machias side of Felton Hill not 45 like Ashford side? I mean, it's always been 55 and, you know, I mean.
Exactly,
so-
Tim. Why do we need to drop that to 45?
Right, that's entirely up to you, but it was, as I told them I'd bring it up to you guys and. You know, cause you guys have to start that ball rolling before I do. But. So that was the question on top of it, so. And Ashford only changed it from White Road in, you know, from White Road to turnaround, there's still their section,
Right,
you know, so. But,
well, that's the 45-mile-an-hour speed limit on Golf Hill.
yes,
That's the biggest joke that there ever was.
but that had to go through the traffic study through the state, you know, like I say, you guys had to get that ball rolling started, so. Like I say, if we don't have a town cop to patrol everything, so it's kind of hard, you know.
That's it.
Sheriffs and state police do the best they can, you know, they're getting them over here on Rising.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, they're doing the best they can, they're tied to dues.
Yeah.
Um,
They wanna put it at 20?
what's that?
Where did they wanna put it at 20?
Lakeview Boulevard. There's a couple taxpayers request that to my office, so I told them I'd bring it to the board meeting, so. Cause that's up to them guys to do. But if that's something you wanna look at, I think there's 12 signs altogether that just need to be changed.
well,
I think there's 12 of them on that road. I think there's 6 on each side.
It is tight down there.
It is,
It's tight.
and that's what I mean, I can't believe somebody's gonna go 50, 30, even 35. Let's face it, I go down through there and I gawk at everything, cause something new is being built, so I don't know how you go so fast, you gotta look at stuff. And I get, you know, people have to go by people because they're parked there, you know, you do what you only can do what you can, you know.
A lot of pedestrians do walking dogs.
There is a lot of pedestrians, there's a lot of people walking, and you know, and I tell you, you standing there and somebody goes by at 35, it seems like they're doing 50. You know, because you're standing there, but they're really not. And it's hard to do 35 there.
well, they do it on Potter Road quick enough,
I know, that's another one,
and then they forget there's a curve there.
that's another one. you
My
know.
front lawn will show you,
Oh, yeah, got one out there, huh?
more than one.
You know, and like I say, that's another one, and that's all up to you guys to change.
Okay, that's something we should
Yeah.
talk about.
Radios, you got the quote for that for
It's a
Radio for
resolution.
our trucks and stuff.
We got a resolution.
We got a resolution.
Yep, cool.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Other than that, we should be ready for this winter.
Got it.
Okay. What do you got for us, Mr. Scott?
Well, just a quick update, 9 building permits, and we had last week, Tuesday was pretty busy.
Oh, yeah.
It was a zoo. 1 certificate of occupancy, 6 certificate of compliance. So we took in 9, got rid of 7. A total of 30. So on the property maintenance, I cleaned up a bunch of the list. A lot of them were either converted to building permits, or they've made pretty substantial headway. The ones in yellow. And the trifecta in Hazelmere. Actually done quite a bit cleaning up the dry brush in front of the house, the trees growing out of the roof. Even the 3357. She's got some new skirting. She's probably gonna have to hold off the painting, but she did reach out and call, so we had a good conversation there. And 1 self-reporter on Bird Road, that burnt out trailer and house is looking to clean it up. He is a DEC wetland and wetland buffer, so I reached out to the DEC today to kind of get him some information. So he works during the day. Trying to clean it up. He's got some pretty substantial quotes. Hopefully we can work with him and get that cleaned up. And then the big thing is on about 2.5 weeks in the code review for Felton East and West. I did cut building permits. Green Street Power Partners does owe us some reports that are more, I guess, towards the completion of the project, their safety plan, their signage and stickering plan for the electric. One thing in particular I did ask for is cut sheets for the posts that they're gonna put in the ground, so there's no toxic coatings. He sent me back spec sheets for hot dip galvanized, which is pretty consistent with what you'd have in a street sign. Was not an SDS, so I did ask him for an SDS once they either send it to a galvanizer or if they buy something off the shelf, but he does owe detail of that also. In addition to that, sent him an email requesting basically a project timeline or a Gantt chart, something that we can have them on there, whatnot. And then to close that out, one additional thing, and I will have a quote probably within a week from Commonwealth, is price to inspect that. The underwriter's perspective required. That's it for me.
Okay. Youth Commission asked me to relay that their cash raffle is Friday, December 1st. They'd like to see some members of the board present. Anybody that has tickets out, they'd like those back either to the Youth Commission or to Rebecca by the 27th. They're going to have a meeting here on that evening. Their new officers are Katie Cornwall is the president, Danielle Ansel is secretary, Karen Inslee is the treasurer. And that's all I had. Relay, everybody. Any old business we need to bring up?
That I'm aware.
Neither. Any new business? Everything I've got is wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Don't eat too much turkey.
Back at you.
We've got a resolution for the budget. We had our public hearing already. That's due to the county tomorrow. Moving on to the resolutions. First resolution we have is a resolution to adopt Town of Machias 2024 final budget. Whereas preliminary budget for Town of Machias fiscal year 2024 has been completed, filed with the office of the clerk, has been available for inspection during regular business hours. Whereas public hearing to discuss fiscal year 2024 budget was opened on October 16th, 2023 at 6:45. The town hall and closed on December 16th at 6:50. Whereas fiscal year 2024 budget includes salary for the following elected officials: town supervisor, budget officer, LLSD administrator, 14,420. Town clerk, tax collector, registrar, water clerk, cemetery administrator, 18,675. Highway superintendent, 60,900. 4 town board members, $2,600 each. 2 town justices, one at $95.50, one at $82.50. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board, Town of Machias, does hereby resolve to adopt the fiscal year 2024 budget. Resolution is stated above is hereby adopted by a majority vote of the town board in an official meeting held on the 20th day of November 2023. The ayes and nays reported below. Roll call.
Motion,
I'll move it. Second.
Steve,
Yes.
Tom,
Yep.
Bob Shank.
Yep.
Bob Green.
Yep.
Frank Ford.
Yep. Resolution to authorize purchase of the building code enforcement software package. Whereas the town of Machias seeks to purchase the computer software package to better track building permits and enforce actions. Whereas town code enforcement officer has sought bids for the purchase. Whereas the town enforcement code officer has presented a town board with documentation proposals from Williamson Lawbrook in the amount of $8,830 with subsequent annual filing fees of $1,295. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board recognizes procurement is in compliance with the town board's procurement policy and authorizes the purchase of said software as outlined. Resolution stated is hereby adopted by the majority vote of the Town of Machias board at the official meeting held on the 20th day of November in the year 2023. I'll move it.
I'll second it. Okay.
Steve,
Yes.
Frank.
Yep.
Bob Shank,
Yes.
Bob Green.
Yep.
Yes.
Resolution to authorize purchase of mobile radios for highway equipment. Whereas the Town of Machias seeks to purchase upgraded radio units for highway equipment for communication purposes. Whereas town highway superintendent has sought bids for purchase. Whereas the highway superintendent has presented a town board with documentation of a proposal from SAIA Communications Inc. in the amount of $17,304.16. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board recognizes procurement is in the compliance of town procurement policy and authorizes the purchase of said equipment. Therefore, be it resolved, highway funds will be expended in the net amount due for this purchase from the 2023 operating budget. Resolution stated is hereby adopted by majority vote of the Town of Machias board. An official meeting held on the 20th day of November in the year 2023. The ayes and nays recorded
I'll move
below.
it. I'll second
Steve,
Yes.
Frank,
it. Yes.
Bob Shank,
Yes.
Bob Green.
Yep.
Tom,
Yep.
The audit of claims for November 2023, whereas the town clerk has received and voucher bills for the month of November 2023 into abstract 11. Whereas the town board has reviewed abstract 11, whereas the town board has audited the vouchers included in abstract 11 and approved them for payment. Now therefore it be it resolved that the town board authorizes payment of all vouchers in abstract 11. General fund numbers 210 through 236, amount of $18,646.47. General youth, numbers 46 and 48, $126.45. Highway fund, numbers 170 through 196, amount of $46,032.95. Street lighting, number 9, $3,287.89. Water fund, numbers 72 through 81, $5,238.62. Lime Lake Sewer Fund, 55 through 60, $7,309.83. Resolution is hereby adopted by the majority vote of the town of Machias on an official meeting held on the 20th day of November, year 2023.
I'll move it.
Second. Go ahead, Tom, second it.
Steve,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
Bob Shay,
Yes.
Bob Green,
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Um, The excavator, we can't order this year for lack of funds, but there's ample funds in the upcoming budget. Anybody have any objections, comments?
We don't have the money, we don't have the money. We'll wait till January.
Well, that's the thing, if you order in December, it won't come until February, March, so that's what you have to pay for on next year's budget. But you just gotta have, if we don't approve it in December, then it's just.
Yeah, but we agreed to do it,
Yeah, it's on
right?
the list,
So,
but
I mean, I don't have any objection if you want to pass the word, but we can't pay for it, obviously, until,
right, until it comes in.
Yeah.
Correct.
well, until we get to 24 with some money.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do a resolution for next month. You'll approve that.
Okay. We gonna sell the old one?
Yes. Yep.
What do you think that'll do?
Watching them on Auctions International, about 40 grand roughly.
About 40?
So, there's a
Okay.
couple of them that are a little less, they look a little rougher than ours, so.
Tim, is the projected cost what's on the sheet here at 280?
Yep. I think that's.
Okay.
270.
Okay,
278, 897.30.
okay, thank you.
The John Deere was 330, some about 36,000.
That's because of the name.
Right?
the green paint's expensive.
Yep. And it does the same job, so.
Hey, anybody got anything else?
Some point, we're gonna have to look at this building and get to the outside of it. Repoint the brick, and you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we all look,
Slow. to be
not, I mean, we're not, obviously it's winter, but I mean, next spring, we're gonna start taking a closer look at
The driveway and everything.
everything. To the building and,
Tuesday gave us a bill for that, or not a bill,
Quote,
quote for it.
yeah, that's too high. We gotta talk, we'll talk to
That's
him.
what I said.
We gotta talk.
Right, yeah.
we have meetings with them all the time.
Oh, yeah, every Tuesday, every meeting.
Right, so I mean,
But I'm sure we'll get him to work with us.
yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
But I think that's something we gotta look at next year, for sure.
Well, we got some money in capital reserve.
Good. That's it, all I got.
Do we have a priority list on that, Scott, that you're predicting what we should do first?
Yeah, I think I even got it.
Yeah. Within
Okay.
that, for certain the masonry and, you know, for the cost of what it's gonna take, it's gonna. be
Okay.
Split in multiple years.
I thought we had one. I know
Yeah,
I got it probably in my folder at home.
You know, I don't know if the town engineer wants to embark on a study. We could do it a quick
I got it. You'll
quick
see
and
it?
dirty way is call Royce from looking 3 down and have them take a look at it. And
Yeah.
always enter into a project labor agreement, I suppose.
Okay. I mean, should we be looking at contractors now, do you guys think, or?
You're not gonna get anybody now, I don't think.
No, no, but just so we
I mean,
got
even-
somebody lined up for, like you said, in the spring or something, to,
Yeah,
so we're not last in line.
Yeah, it's kind of imperative that we come up with a comprehensive game plan.
Okay,
Like I said, there's some. Like differential movement, that's nerve speak for cracking, like horizontal cracking, there's some vertical cracking, spalling on the sills, it's time.
okay.
yeah, we also gotta look at the highway building. We gotta repoint that block and paint it and get some good paint on it next year. Well, we don't have any block left.
I can get the words out there with a brush if you want to contact.
Yeah.
It'd be a good youth project.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of paint you put on that. It would.
I think you'd be on Eyewitness
Really don't.
News if you propose that.
The last time it was the CYC come and painted it, and the paint just falls off. I don't know if it's just salt or what. It just
Yeah.
falls off.
Well, you gotta have something for the paint to bond to.
Right.
Mhm.
New block.
Shit.
I tried to get you new building. didn't
Yeah.
Okay, and
Oh, I got
there's gonna be some requirement to upgrade one of the pump houses too.
I?
Yeah, we got that. Didn't we quote that already or estimate it?
Well, yes and no.
Yeah.
We-
Well,
We got some down and dirty numbers, but nothing,
solid.
MBA is looking for grants too. I think.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done.
no, we need a motion.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
You too,
Same
Tom.
you, Tom.